Hey, it's Adrian from Cademy, and in this video I'll go through some of the changes that we made to the course admin view, specifically for courses that have dates. So we're still iterating and improving and polishing the experience here. We've made it a lot more user-friendly. We've brought back some of the things that people really loved about our old designs, and we've added a few extra features on top. So first thing first is we've brought back the dates rail on the left. You can quickly jump to specific dates from here just by clicking them. But the added benefit with the new layout overall is that this filter will stay persistent. So as you navigate away and look through other tables, you will actually be able to quickly click on a different date and change and see only records relating to that date. If you want to have more space to look just at a particular tab you're on, you can collapse this, and it will auto collapse if you're going onto a smaller screen as well. I can deselect to see all the dates just like so, and I can jump back and click to view a specific date. If your course runs over multiple dates, so it's a block as we call it, you'll see the child sessions in here. So you'll be able to click in and focus on the participants or the orders for a particular child session from here as well. So this is the left pane. Now let's focus back to the home tab, or the overview tab as we've now renamed it. And we will notice that we now have little badges with counts for the records that we have in each tab. Again, to just give you an idea that you should click and see if there's no requests or wait lists on that that you need to look into. So from here, okay, worth mentioning that these might not necessarily be, I guess, in real time what you're seeing on the list. So on the list, yes. So if I click onto the orders page, I can create filters and so on. This is just going to be showing me the count of all the orders overall. But if I filter down the list in the filters here, I might see just a subset of that eventually. So even here, I'm looking at it and I'm seeing that there's actually 14 records on the page. Why is that? Well, the actual count here looks at only the active orders. So if I then come in and do additional filtering, this might show me a different list. But what this is showing is actually how many active orders are there, or how many active registrants are within that specific date or within the course. So it doesn't necessarily reflect the filter that you have applied. So keep that in mind. I just wanted to try and preempt that so people don't get confused and ask questions on support. Okay, let's go back to the overview page, and you'll notice a few changes here as well. So we've made to the list a little bit cleaner, and we have also added in additional options. Previously, you couldn't select the list from here. You had to click on the date, and only then you could mass action, as we call it, your records. We've now made it available in both places, and we've made it so that you can actually see more records. Previously, it was limited to something like 5. Now it's up to 25. And if you have more, you'll have to actually click into the date to see the full records, or go into the tab, because we want to maximize for performance. And if every date in your course has 100 bookings, it will take forever to load this list. So keep that in mind. You'll still see a lot more, and for most courses, 90% of them will be under 25 people, so you can easily see pretty much everybody on the list without having to click into a date. And the mass actions from here are going to match all the mass actions that we have, and they're going to be consistent. So that's another little bonus improvement that we've made. And last but not least, I'll move into the very right. We've added the tasks in the last update a couple of weeks ago, but we've now added notes as well. So I can go in and say example note here and save that. And this will save the note on the overall course. If I want to add in a note specifically related to a date, example note on a date, I can save that here. And the note is just going to be visible within the date here. But if I click out, I will see both notes from the course and from the dates. The notes are only going to be showing for future dates unless I switch to the past, which also can show me the notes from the past dates as well. So keep that in mind, and note that these notes are not visible to facilitators or people with lower access to the system. These are only going to be visible to the admins. Facilitators can create their own notes, and they can only see them, and you can see those notes, but any admin notes are not visible to lower level access in the users in the systems. Last but not least, it's worth mentioning that we've added quite a significant update. I don't know why I'm putting this last in the video, but it's a nice feature we call task sets. And pretty frequently when you create a new date, or when let's say you have a new client that you need to onboard, you have to run through a specific set of tasks. And we've tried to make it easier for you to do that by giving you the option to create a task set with all the tasks pre-saved, and you can just plug in and add them to a record. Let's say I need to organize this particular event. I can come in, and instead of just writing the tasks every single time, click here and it will load in the task sets that I have on my account. And let's say I need to add in this particular set of tasks. I have 3 tasks in the set. I can tick and untick. Maybe this one's not relevant because I'm not going to do catering for this one. Add the tasks and you put them onto the list. Okay? So it saves me having to recreate every single time the same tasks. How do you create these task sets? You simply click here, go into manage task sets, takes you to settings, tasks, and then at the top you'll see a new area where you can create your task sets. Give it your task set a name, an emoji if you wish. You can leave it without, but you can then add in your tasks in here and then reuse them. Everything you add, it's pretty much the same as you can when you add a regular task. So you can put in a full description, attachment, subtasks in here. Everything works just the same as the top level tasks, but it'll be reusable as a set next time you go in and create them in other places. This is going to be available wherever you create tasks. So from the top level tasks page, or nested within organizations or courses or dates or orders, everywhere you can create tasks, you can now pull in a task set as well and quickly create a set of tasks all at once. We hope you'll enjoy these updates. If you have questions or feedback, as always, message. We'll very happily answer any questions you have, or listen to your feedback. So don't be shy. Thank you so much. Take care.